It is morning and we washed our hair. It feels so good. It's not as windy today. It's nice and sunny. So I think we're gonna try to get out of here and hopefully make it like 30 or 40 miles to the next anchorage. The anchor pulled up really easily. There's not much wind and it's slack tide right now. So that was really good after all of those rough conditions. I really don't want to hit this ship, but I think we need to make a left up here. Just cutting in front, hopefully he's not going straight. I mean, this is crazy. Because we have to make the turn up the channel. Woo. Oh man, that was scary. Alright, so right now the currents are about as strong as they're going to get. We have about 1 knot. I think it's going to get up to like 1.5 knots. And we can only do about 4 knots now, and I have it pretty juiced. It really throws the boat. Like at the opening, we don't really have much control. Just try to point it in the right direction, but it'll just grab the boat and fling it. So we have a cut to go through up here, and it looks like we're gonna hit it at 0.7 knot current, not in our favor. So I'm hoping it's not too narrow, at least not as narrow as the last one, and we'll give it our best. Don't want to hit that. We're about to go through Watts Cut here shortly, and the current's against us. Let's just hope this motor does all right.
First bridge of the day.
A little swirly.
Yep, we're going against the current.
Made it.
Yeah, we did.
Now it's time for Watts Cut.
What's next?
Watts Cut.
You scared?
I hope it's not like the last one. I think it's a little bit wider. And if that barge is coming this way, hopefully it is. Hopefully he's going all the way through. We're going to be catching it right before it's as strong as it can be, not in our favor. So I think it's going to be up to like 0.8 knots against us. Alright, that was Watts Cut. It was actually not as bad as I thought. You know, Elliot's cut kind of got us a little freaked out, so we're just taking more caution now. And it looked like this one was going to be wider, and it has channel markers in it, so it was much better. We have the Fenwick Cut coming up after we turn into this river, and that looks like it's going to be pretty narrow. And then we should be able to time the Fenwick Cut a little bit around slack tide, which will be good. And then we'll try to make it as far as we can. If we can make it to the anchorage that we really want to go to tonight, that'd be great, because it's going to rain tonight and tomorrow. So we'll just keep powering through. This would be awesome because there's a marina there, and hopefully we can get a shower and all the things we need. These are really swirly and there's logs everywhere. Everything is kind of floating here, so I'm going to try to cut it in the middle. Don't want to hit that stuff. Alright, we have 2 knots of current here. Oh, way.
Trevor, hey.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy over here, Jesse.
Where the heck are we going?
We're going down that way. Alright, the waves are really choppy and the motor keeps coming out of the water. It's not sounding too good right now. And it's getting covered by water, splash of water all up in the back here. But we are about to go through Fenwick Cut. Back there we hit 8 knots per hour, which is really good for us, just because the current's going in the right direction. But I hope the motor's not too tired to go through Fenwick Cut now, which we are which we have the current going in the correct direction at about 0.35 knots. So at least we're not going to be fighting it on this one, and I think we should be all right. I don't know how narrow it is, but it looks pretty narrow on the map. All right, let's go for it. Here comes the cut. Well, it looks much more open than the Elliott's cut. All right, this is a good sign. Well, the Finwood cut was not as bad as we thought. That was great. I hope the rest are like that. Hopefully Elliott's was the worst, and the rest of them are just as wide as that. So we're going against the current now. We're only doing about 4 knots, and the motor's working pretty hard. So we're going to try to make it. I think we might be able to push it today and get to the anchorage that we really want to be at before the storm. This is the next cut. The tide is really low right now. Oh, it's a low tide. But we're going almost 7 knots. So that's a nice change. That channel marker's not even in the water. Oh no, there's a barge coming. And it's really low tide. There's not a lot of room to go out of the way. Oh no.
Here comes the barge. Here comes the barge. And I said, get over. Get a load of that barge. How is it as scary as I thought it was going to be?
Yeah, look like it got wider.
Oh, you're on the water.
Alright, here's our next cut coming up.
The tide's here crazy. That channel marker is on land.
It's also a new moon, so the tides are even crazier right now. This is crazy. I hope it's deep here. We don't have a depth finder, except for that stick. I think that's the opening up there. Well, if we need to park this thing on the beach, it'd be easy.
Yeah.
So I did some calculations, and it doesn't look like we're going to make it to the next anchorage. So just to be safe, we're going to stop at Bull River Junction anchorage for the night, and then after the storms in the morning, we'll take off and try to get to the next one. It's just not worth it. We don't have very good nav lights. We have one spotlight, so I don't think it's going to be worth it. I checked the weather. The winds are only going to be about 6 knots with gusts of 12, so I think we should be all right for the night. All right, pretty unprotected, but this is where we're going to have to be for the night.
We're going to be spinning in circles.